Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is right after the stream, and we get straight into it. It's 12:40 a.m. I'm not going to sleep yet, but anyway, it's a Friday, so I can stay awake as much as I want. But anyways, this is what if Naruto befriended Kurama Part 4. Last time we left off with Naruto finishing his 1 month training with Jiraiya, and of course, Naruto goes to the tuning exams, and here he has a lot more power than in the original, since he has the Rasengan already, the Vanishing Rasengan. Also, he has other techniques. For example, one of his techniques is to actually become lightning. And anyways, we also found out one more thing. Tsuki had a Kekkei, and it's basically her body becoming a Logia fruit of poison. I'm pretty sure you guys know it. I said it in the last part, I forgot the name already. But anyways, Tsuki is pretty OP, so this fight was going to be pretty freaking hard. Anyways, Naruto and Tsuki arrived. Tsuki was training with the uncle, so she wasn't training with Kakashi, so she wouldn't be late. Now, the fight against Naruto and Tsuki was not going to be like Neji's and Naruto's. It's not Naruto having an ass pull out of nowhere and winning. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that was the most undeserved winner ever. That was pure plot armor. Anyways, Naruto then says to Tsuki, good luck, may the best one win. And of course Tsuki then says good luck to him too, and she activates her Free-to-My Sharingan. Naruto then says, oh, I'm not holding anything back, and Tsuki's like, you better not hold back on me, and she disappears from Naruto's view. You're already using her wind release technique to actually increase her speed. Naruto does the same but with lightning release too, so a bit of a swift release, and he's already much faster than Tsuki, but Tsuki can do the same thing that Naruto can do. Of course, they both clash, and there is a pretty big shockwave, and the Hokage was completely baffled on how much strength these genin had, and they're not even Chunin. Of course, Naruto and Tsuki actually backflip and just smile at each other, saying, so right now strength is equal, huh? Well, how about this? And as they both say that, they both disappear from the audience's eyes and appear in front of each other again, with two kunais about to stab each other, but then they actually clash. They are pretty fast and the audience can barely keep up. Of course, the Jonin and Chunins can actually keep up perfectly, and they can see how much speed they're using and the amazing speed that they're using. Anyways, Naruto then throws a kunai on the ground, which then actually explodes, creates a smoke screen for Naruto, but however, Naruto forgot, well, he didn't forget, he clearly knew there was that he was versing a Sharingan user, and now Naruto, of course, tries to use, I say tries because this fails, Naruto tries to use the body flicker around Tsuki, so he seems that he used the Shadow Clone Jutsu or something. However, Tsuki can see right through this, and she uses her wind release, and she does the same technique that Naruto did. She actually learned by watching. You know how Goku did the I was about to say the Rasengan. Goku did the Kamehameha after seeing Monster Roshi using it once. Many would say that's kind of ironic. Frieza calls Saiyans monkeys, and monkey sees, monkeys do. Wait, is that the saying? Monkey sees, monkey does, something like that. But anyways, now Naruto, of course, saw this and he was really impressed and actually clapped for her. But then said, "How about we up the standards?" And as she says that, Naruto actually appears right next to Tsuki and has a hand on Tsuki's shoulder, saying, if you couldn't notice that, I think you're going to lose this fight on my next move. Tsuki then says, I wouldn't touch me if I were you. And Naruto realizes Tsuki actually started becoming purple, and it was actually her Kekkei. Naruto, realizing this, actually used a wind propulsion on himself to actually blow himself back. And of course, he was barely able to escape this, and a bit of his hand got poisoned. However, he actually used a bit of Kurama's chakra to actually heal up, realizing that this is dangerous. If Tsuki gets an attack on him with that, it's over. Anyways, Naruto then says, alright then, and creates a Rasengan, and it becomes bigger and bigger. However, Naruto then makes it smaller, compressing it. A lot of power compressed into one little bit of chakra, a little bit of volume, and then he adds lightning release to it, creating a massive flash. But then he actually throws it just like it was the Soul Punisher used by Gogeta in the Fusions Reborn movie. Of course, let's not mention that. But however, Tsuki saw this coming and she got her kunai out and she used a lot of chakra on it, especially wind release chakra. Okay, she can actually feel the lightning release chakra put into this, and she was like, so lightning release allows him to throw it. However, right before she sliced through the Rasengan, it disappeared, and she was confused, and she thought that Naruto might have not mastered this. However, out of nowhere, she feels the massive pressure hitting her chest. But anyways, she feels a massive amount of pressure and pain in her chest, and of course Naruto wasn't literally trying to hit her chest. However, it just happened to have hit there. Naruto, of course, that I'm sorry, and Tsuki's like, don't worry, and she realizes that she's actually paralyzed. But Naruto then says, I guess you can't really show anything since I paralyzed you. I think you should give up. Then Tsuki breaks out of it, saying, you were saying, and Naruto was really impressed that she was able to break out of that paralysis, but Naruto could see that Tsuki's moves actually got much slower, even using her wind release to increase her speed. Naruto could now keep up with just the wind release, not even wind and lightning. However, Tsuki still had an ace up her sleeve. Then Tsuki actually created a snake, and then of lightning, and it was around her, and it started slithering towards Naruto, creating a area of effect of literal lightning. Wherever he slithered, there was lightning around there, and it's permanent. It's not going to get away. It's not going to go away unless Naruto does something. However, Naruto gets hit by this, and he goes straight through him. However, Naruto then turns into lightning, and then he appears in front of Tsuki again, saying, are you sure you can beat me like this? And Tsuki's like, you fell for it. And out of nowhere, from the ground, 4 dragons came out, and they were all purple, clearly showing off her Kekkei Genkai. Tsuki actually started melting a bit, and Naruto's like, I see. And right when he was about to get hit, Naruto actually creates a lightning barrier, but no one sees it. Naruto gets hit by it, and Tsuki's like, you idiot! And as she says that, of course, once the steam is actually actually got away, or dispelled. Yes, there was steam because it literally melted the ground and everything, because of the amount of like poison, and it was literally like acidic poison and everything. But anyways, it was like acid hitting the ground. However, Naruto then came out of it unscathed, and Naruto said, if I was a second late, I probably would have died there. But Tsuki, I can see your moves have gotten slower. If that Rasengan didn't hit you, you would have definitely won this fight. I'm sorry, but you lose. And as he says that, Tsuki actually falls to the ground, with Naruto having a kunai to her neck, and then actually using his bloodlust. Naruto didn't even show anything that he truly had. Naruto is a lot stronger than you think he is. I know he might have shown a bit here, but Naruto has been doing stuff that haven't been done by many people, especially since Naruto actually stole the scroll ceiling. Remember, Naruto befriended Kurama, and Kurama wants Naruto to become the strongest being that he's ever seen, the next stage of 6 paths, and so he actually wanted Naruto to learn a technique that beat him. Even Kurama got beaten by this technique. We all may know about it. It was literally on the on the first episode. Minato literally destroyed Kurama with this. So Kurama was so baffled. He's like, hey, what the fuck? Anyways, now Naruto has been learning this in secret though, and he hasn't gone anywhere near mastering it. Naruto needs at least another year to master this technique. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto still got hit by a bit of the poison, and of course it was actually affecting him. Naruto went blue, and then Tsuki's like, have this, and Tsuki's then actually blushes, saying that she already had a antidote in case Naruto actually got poisoned, but she had high hopes that Naruto wouldn't get poisoned and should be able to take him out without using the poison in the first place. And Naruto's like, oh, so this was the last resort. Thank you though. Anyways, Naruto drinks it, and then he's back to normal. Now the next few fights go exactly the same, other than Wait, yeah, the next few fights go exactly the same, other than Sasuke's one. When Sasuke actually arrives, of course, Sasuke is much stronger here, and he already has the Lightning Hound. Well, the Lightning Hellhound, and since that has pretty much fire release into it, Sasuke can use both fire and lightning release together. Anyways, Sasuke has been learning something to the Kirin. He's already developed it. Even though it's not perfect, he can still use it. Not as strong, as I said the last part. Anyways, the fight against Sasuke and Gaara begins as per normal, with Sasuke showing off his Lance Barrage and everything. However, Gaara started using his impenetrable defense, or impenetrable wall protection, shield, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Now, of course, Sasuke is there, smirks and says, "Do you think that's going to work?" And Sasuke then has two hands. Well, both his hands start glowing in two different colors, and then lightning and fire come together from his hands, and Sasuke does a few hand seals together, and he creates the lightning hound, hellhound. Anyways, he calls it lightning hellhound. He doesn't call it fire hellhound or anything. But anyways, the hellhound was literally, it's like Houndoom. You've seen Houndoom, Mega Houndoom. If you haven't, I guess you should search up, that Pokemon. He was actually a really cool Pokemon. Imagine him, but made out of lightning, and from his mouth coming out fire, just like Mega Charizard X. The fire on the side of his lips or mouth. Anyways, of course, then the Hound actually broke through Gaara's defense, actually bit Gaara in the arm, and then he actually dispersed as lightning to actually paralyze Gaara, and the fire actually went up in the air with the lightning, and of course the fire and the lightning, the fire created a cloud, which then Sasuke could actually combo into by actually creating the Kirin, and then he actually says, "Now, feel the wrath of the gods." And as he says that, he actually swings down his arm, and the massive lightning dragon arrives from the sky. And Naruto says, "Ew, that's not my technique, but it looks cooler." Anyways, Naruto actually literally creates a dragon around him, not like Tsuki's serpent or snake, cobra, whatever. Unlike Sasuke's Kirin that comes from down straight from the clouds, straight from the skies, straight from the gods. Anyways, now, of course, Naruto was really impressed, but Naruto could see something that no one really saw. From the lightning and the dust and the fire, yes, fire too, a creature, not Gaara, but a creature came out of it. Gaara was already in his half Shikaku state, and he was pissed. He blitzed Sasuke, punched him once in the gut with his Shikaku arm. Sasuke nearly lost consciousness. But then Naruto, Jonins arrived. Even Tsuki arrived to the battlefield, and then the Genjutsu was casted. Of course, Sasuke followed Gaara once he actually escaped with the sand siblings. No one could stop him because they were too worried about the Hokage. Naruto then says, "Alright then, Kakashi-sensei, me and Tsuki will go." And then Kakashi's "I'm sorry to ask you this, but you have to." And then Naruto's like, "Shikamaru, let's go." And he says it in a pretty menacing voice, and Shikamaru's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." Anyways, they all go together, and in the end, Shikamaru gives up himself to actually stop the ninjas coming towards them, behind them. Then Shino arrives, since Shino's fight never really went down. He wants to fight Kankuro, and then Tsuki and Naruto arrive to see that Temari gets slapped by Gaara. Anyways, Sasuke is in his Kurama Kwan state, and he can kind of control it much better. Well, he can control it way better. However, oh, sorry, I was actually listening to something fell. Anyways, Sasuke gets slapped up by Gaara, and Naruto sees this. One last shot by Gaara, and he was about to stab the Sasuke with his claw. However, Naruto came in the way and literally pushed him away with his wind propulsion and said, "Sasuke, you okay?" Sasuke was actually knocked out of his Kurama Kwan state, and then saw Naruto. Naruto seemed so far this time. He thought he got closer, but he hasn't gone anywhere near Naruto. Naruto's in a whole different league. Naruto's really, truly someone he cannot reach. This makes Sasuke jealous and says, "I'm alright, let me keep fighting." And then Naruto then says, "Tsuki, take Sasuke away." And he says it in a pretty menacing voice, actually being serious now. And then Tsuki's there, "Naruto, please don't do anything reckless." And Naruto's like, take him away. This might be a bit harder than what you think he is. He is a Jinchuriki, just like me. And since he's a Jinchuriki, only another Jinchuriki should be able to take him out. Now go. Go and protect the villagers. We are under attack, understood? Tsuki, you're one of the strongest right now. Go. Sasuke's in a bad condition. Take him to the infirmary. Something, quickly. And check up on Shikamaru and Kankuro. And Shino. Anyways, now, Tsuki leaves and Naruto stays back. Tsuki looks back to see lightning form around Naruto. And even Sasuke is looking back with one eye closed and the other one actually still having a Sharingan, but of course faintly disappearing. Sasuke was about to actually faint, however he sees a massive dragon actually form around where Naruto was, and this was no small dragon, not like 4 times bigger than Naruto, but this dragon was fucking big, fam. The dragon was already around Naruto. Imagine Kaido and then Luffy size. Imagine that. The dragon was that big. And Naruto then says, do you still want to fight? And Gaara gets more pissed. Pissed enough to actually allow Shikaku to take over. Shikaku takes over. And then Shikaku is actually pretty big, first of all. And Naruto, it towers over Naruto. But the dragon actually did some damage to Shikaku. However, the dragon is not as strong as Shikaku. And so, he didn't do too much damage. He did some, but not too much. Shikaku took this head on, but Sasuke saw this dragon in the amount of power, and he thought that his Kirin was nothing compared to that. Anyways, Naruto then actually does the summoning jutsu right after Sasuke faints. Tsuki is not looking back anymore, realizing that she has to trust in Naruto. And of course, Naruto and Gamabunta were able to take out Shikaku and Gaara by actually using the transformation jutsu, and Kurama being there, really? You're making a toad transform into me? Oh, the disrespect is unreal. You're fucking retarded, fam. That's not gonna help you no more, G. You're disrespecting me and that. Hey, bro, that can't slide with me, bro. I ain't letting a toad take my form. Are you fucking dumb? A toad compared to me, a god? Are you dumb? Anyways, now Naruto then tells him to shut the fuck up already. He was going to die here. And anyways, Kurama just says you could have just used the KCM. It doesn't say KCM, but he says you could have just used my chakra. And Naruto says it's not fair. And Naruto did make a new friend, and he became Gaara's first ever friend, as per normal. Anyways, the attack on the Leaf Village was actually neutralized much faster here. And anyways, Naruto arrives to see that the Hokage was struggling against Orochimaru, and he was about to use the Reaper Death Seal. Naruto then sees was watching the hand seals he was doing, and then Kurama says, stop the Hokage now. If he does those, if he finishes that jutsu, you will then take his life. Quickly, Naruto then sees what to do, and throws a kunai, and of course, throws it to a sound fall, which loses a bit of his focus on the shield, and then he sees Naruto, but then Naruto actually just breaks through the barrier, realizing that he needs to help the Hokage, and then Naruto tells the Hokage to stop, not to use that technique, and then Naruto actually blitzes the first and second Hokage with 2 clones, and they were both able to apprehend them with the lightning release. Even though the first and second Hokage, Naruto was easily able to apprehend them. Naruto being in a dire situation, he's using as much chakra as he can and as much paralysis as he can, and then he sees Orochimaru and says, so you're the one who attacked Sasuke, you're the one who attacked us, you ran away last time, but I won't let you run away this time, and creates a massive Rasengan, so big that it was pretty much the Odama Rasengan, you know, the massive Rasengan, just as per normal. And anyways, Naruto shoves it into Orochimaru, and Orochimaru goes flying, but he was able to tank this, and then does a massive fireball jutsu, which then Naruto says, really? And then what he does, Naruto actually creates wind pressure, and literally creates a little gun like a little gun with his fingers, you know what Goku did with the Super Saiyan God form, and literally shot wind pressure, like pressurized wind, and this was strong. It goes through the fireball jutsu, creating a vortex in the fireball jutsu, and it actually created a little fiery bullet which goes straight through Orochimaru's chest with immense amount of speeds. And Naruto said, Get out of this village. Naruto was pretty pissed. He had the nine to his eyes since he realized who this is. The Sound Folk came to help Orochimaru, tried to attack Naruto, but Orochimaru told them, stop. This one could kill you. You need to be careful around him. Let's go, retreat. We'll come back another day, and we'll take the Uchiha too. And Naruto hears that and says, what'd you say? And as he says that, he was about to blitz Orochimaru, but then he disappears. Naruto's pretty pissed, but then saw the Hokage collapsing. He actually catches him and asks him if he's okay. And the Hokage says, Naruto, you're truly amazing. And just saying, the two Hokages were actually sealed away by Kakashi. He actually used a pretty decent sealing formula. However, it still worked. And anyways, now, of course, the next few events go pretty much similar, except for the Hokage's funeral. That never happens. And here, instead of that, Jiraiya is actually asked to become Hokage. Naruto never had to go hospital because he didn't take too much damage, but Sasuke definitely did. Sasuke got slapped around by Gaara. Gaara even came to apologize, and Sasuke is like, it's fine. But then once Naruto came, Sasuke felt a different feeling. He felt jealousy, true jealousy for the first time, like literal jealousy eating his heart out. Of course, he was happy to see Naruto. He still respects Naruto, however, he's still so jealous of Naruto. He just doesn't understand how Naruto is so strong compared to him. Anyways, now, Naruto and Sasuke talk, and Naruto says, your power is amazing, but do not use the curse mark. That technique is given by Orochimaru. It will just eat you alive. Do you understand, Sasuke? And Sasuke says, is he just trying to stop me from getting power? What's he trying to do? And as they were talking, of course, Jiraiya, of course, was talking to the Hokage a few days later. Gaara already left, and the rest too. And anyways, the two Akatsuki members actually arrived at the village, and the four Jonin were actually going at it. Well, of course, a guy came and saved the day, and the Kakashi was still put under the Tsukiyomi and now in a coma. Anyways, in a comatose form. Now, of course, Naruto actually then leaves, and Tsuki actually comes in, and Naruto actually finds out about this and actually is told about the trip to go find the fifth Hokage. Anyways, now Naruto's more than happy to go, and since it's for his master too, he definitely goes. Of course, he doesn't say too much. They leave on the same day while Sasuke and Tsuki were actually talking, and of course, Naruto left the letter at Tsuki's home. And Tsuki found out, and of course Sasuke was actually dismissed the next day, and well, a few days later, sorry. And Tsuki was kind of bummed out that Naruto didn't invite her, but this must have been urgent. And anyways, Naruto did say this is an emergency mission, so he has to go on it. And anyways, of course they find out about Itachi, and how, of course, they had a specific person to attack, and they were part of this organization called Akatsuki. And anyways, Tsuki used some of her stealth abilities. Yes, she actually learned them through books and reading because of her generational genius ability right there. Not ability, it's just her prodigy. You know, she's just a prodigy. I'm not going to say anything. But anyways, of course, after finding out about them, she was really worried, and she got enough information to find out that they were actually out for Jinchuriki. The Hokage actually knew about this thanks to Jiraiya. Jiraiya actually told the Hokage. And anyways, yes, Jiraiya actually found out during the time when Naruto actually was trying to bring back Sasuke, but I'll say that he found out a bit earlier, or maybe he already knew. He was just waiting for the right time to tell him. Anyways, Tsuki, after finding out, she actually was going to go out, and Sasuke found out about the attack on the village by Itachi, and how Kakashi was put under a comatose state. And anyways, they both head out to Tsuki actually to protect Naruto, Sasuke to get revenge. Of course, no one's near strong enough to protect Naruto or get the revenge, or get his revenge, as in Sasuke. However, they actually try to fight off, Itachi. However, they both get put under a genjutsu, and of course, they get tortured. Naruto gets pretty pissed and kicks Kisame away, about to go into KCM. However, both Guy and Jiraiya appear, and so the two Akatsuki members escape. Now, Guy takes back the two Uchihas, and right before he left, Naruto promised that he'll bring back Tsunade to heal his friends and his sensei. And anyways, Jiraiya is more like a pervy sage for him. He's more like a father figure for Naruto. Anyways, Jiraiya is more than happy enough to be Naruto's master, not sensei. Sensei, I don't know why he calls him master or teacher instead of sensei, but his way is like the dub, and the dub is actually kind of really confusing. I watched both sub and dub, but just saying. But in the dub, he calls him Jiraiya sensei, and at the same time Kakashi sensei, but he says that my teacher in the dub at the same time when he's talking to Nagato, not my sensei. He says Jiraiya sensei, but he says he was my teacher too, which kind of confuses me a lot. Like, you're saying sensei, just say, oh, he was my sensei too. Like, you know, it's very confusing. That's why you should just watch the sub. Anyways. But of course, I'm not trying to hate on the dub. I actually really like Naruto dub, except for Naruto's voice. Naruto's voice was kind of annoying, but I got used to it and I really like it now. But the best voices were Pain and Toby. Not Obito, Toby. Anyways. Now, of course, Naruto and Jiraiya actually found Tsunade, and here Tsunade never got the offer by Orochimaru, so Tsunade just made the bet with Naruto actually being able to put up a good fight, because Naruto actually got beaten straight away. Naruto was being way too cocky. She's drunk, let me just play around, and he got destroyed. And so she gave him a week to get stronger, to actually put up a good fight, and Naruto already knew that he was strong enough to put up a good fight, maybe even beat her. But in KCM, maybe beat her, you never know. Anyways, Naruto then waits a week and actually fights off Tsunade. Tsunade still giving him the necklace and returning to the village, healing everyone. And of course, Sasuke got really jealous of Naruto at this point, being able to fight off the two, since apparently they escaped from what he heard. And Naruto finally came to visit him. And even Tsuki was dismissed before Itachi, because Tsuki was actually going after Kisame, not Itachi, Kisame, and so she didn't actually get fully strangled, but she was actually pulled by the collar while Sasuke was strangled and everything. And plus, he actually literally tried to fight him, and yeah, that didn't go too well. Anyways, now, of course, Sasuke still challenges Naruto, and Naruto says, not on the top of the roof of the hospital. You know how many patients there are here. If we break something, we might destroy the whole building. And you know, Sasuke then just pulls him up on the roof, and of course, Tsuki tries to stop this quarrel between the two friends, and Naruto really don't want to do it. And then in the end, Naruto tries to knock out Sasuke, but he gets stopped by Kakashi. Kakashi is fully healed by now, because he had a lot more time of resting, even though he was in a comatose form, state, not form. Anyways, of course, in the end, Sasuke still leaves the village here, actually meeting Sakura. Yes, Sakura actually was out on her own, and she saw Sasuke and she tried to confess to him, but in the end, Naruto was walking around the village, and Sakura and Naruto knew each other. They weren't the best of friends, but they were acquaintances. Sakura was friends with Tsuki though. She went for the medical side of the ninja life, even though she's not training to be an actual ninja, more like just a nurse or an actual doctor. But then after this was her cataclysm, where she actually got the motivation to become a strong shinobi, because of course the Sasuke Retrieval team was made, and it was Naruto, Tsuki, Neji, Shikamaru, Choji, and Shino and Kiba. Anyways, of course they all go, and here Shikamaru and Naruto, what am I talking about? Jirobo still fights Choji, and Choji still uses each pill one by one, showing more and more strength, which was actually amazing. That fight was amazing. I remember this fight vividly. I remember him using the green pill, the yellow pill, and then the red pill. The red pill was like, ayo, man got butterflies. Man got butterfly wings. Ayo, this man's moving mad. Bro, I was so gassed, fam. I still remember that. Oh, bro, it was one of the best fights in Naruto, in my opinion. Bro, it was so good. Especially because it was so emotional. Like, he was about to lose his life and everything. Anyways, then, of course, it was Neji. And here, Tsuki is the one to help out Neji. The two dojutsu users were able to easily beat Kidomaru, and Naruto, Ashino, and Shikamaru, and Kiba were actually here to get Sakura and Ukon and Tayuya. However, Naruto actually saw that Sasuke actually came out. The barrel was actually taken away by Kimimaru, and everyone told Naruto to go because he was the strongest one. And if that guy just swooped by everyone, which none of the other two Sound 4 could do, that guy must have been strong, and Naruto's the strongest here. And so Naruto says, just don't die on me. And as he says that, he goes off. And anyways, by the time he actually catches up to Kimimaru, even using his wind release and swift release, basically, Kimimaru actually had to use Curse Mark 1 speed, and it was actually hurting his body, but he had to do this. Now, of course, Sasuke actually woke up by now and left, and Naruto and Kimimaru start fighting. Kimimaru already in Curse Mark 1, Naruto had to try a lot harder, and he was pushed to the point where he just had to use the KCM 1, and of course Kurama's like, so we're finally fighting together, alright then. And Naruto tried to do a Tail Beast Bomb to end the fight real fast, but he failed, and this was his downfall. Kimimaru took this as an opportunity to go into Curse Mark 2 and batter Naruto. Naruto, of course, even in KCM 1, remember, reanimated Kimimaru in Curse Mark 2, and remember, Kimimaru died at the same age, so he got revived at the same age, and we saw that the reanimations were actually weren't as buffed, or how infinite chakra, it's actually been debunked, because Itachi clearly said that he's running low on chakra, but then again, you could say that it's because he actually he didn't break out the reanimation jutsu. He was still under Kabuto's control, but because of the Koto Matsukami, he thought that this was from his own free will, so he was still a reanimation free Kabuto's chakra, and that's why. So we know that it's not that you don't have infinite chakra. And KCM 1, 16-year-old Naruto, my guy, that 16-year-old Naruto KCM 1 would batter this Naruto, 12-year-old, 13-year-old Naruto KCM 1. I know he's much stronger. I would say that this Naruto would actually beat Sage Mode Naruto. No, he wouldn't beat Sage Mode Naruto, but he would pop high difficulty beat. But of course, Sage Naruto, 16-year-old, would win, but with a difficulty of a 10. Yes. Anyways, now Naruto, of course, actually had to use everything in his arsenal, use everything he had, and of course, right before he could use everything, he actually felt people coming towards him. It was Tsuki and Lee. Naruto quickly got off of KCM 1, and then Kimimaru actually went back to Curse Mark 1 because Curse Mark 2 was completely draining him and he was on the verge of death. Of course, Tsuki saw Naruto, and Naruto was actually trying to heal, but it was taking a lot longer, and Tsuki told him, alright Naruto, just go, we'll take care of this. And anyways, Naruto went to find Sasuke because Tsuki understood straight away. And anyways, now Naruto reaches Sasuke, and remember, Naruto, even though he's healing, it's much slower, so he has injuries. Anyways, Sasuke, he was actually went straight to Curse Mark 2 form, and Naruto actually couldn't go into KCM 1 again because he drained too much out of him, and he has barely any chakra left. So with the chakra that he has left, he has to fight Sasuke, and the fight was really good. Naruto and Sasuke were equals, and Sasuke didn't know about Naruto's KCM 1 because Naruto's KCM 1 would batter Sasuke now. But anyways, even though he's much stronger, Sasuke uses the Kirin, which actually bites down on Naruto, and Naruto uses a smaller version of his dragon technique, of his lightning dragon, and he does some damage, but he didn't do enough. Then they actually come to their final clash. They're not actually going towards each other this time. It's the one who can land the hit first. They're running towards each other. Naruto has a Rasengan, however, it's really faint. Tsuki, we skip back to Tsuki and Tsuki and Lee. Gaara came, and Temari went to help out the rest. Same as Kankuro. Gaara was able to help them out and using a sand coffin and killing Kimimaru. Now Tsuki ran to the battlefield, to the Valley of the End, and saw the last little bit of the fight to see Sasuke stabbing Naruto right in the chest. Naruto's still healing thanks to Kurama, but since their seal is still pretty strong at this point, it's not been weakened or anything. Even though they're friends, it's not fully weakened. That's why Naruto has even less of Kurama's chakra. Anyways, now Naruto gets stabbed right in the chest, which triggers something in Tsuki and Sasuke. Sasuke was crying. With his eyes closed, he takes out his hand from Naruto's chest. Naruto then actually falls to his knees, and Sasuke was flying, well, jumping away. But then Tsuki arrived out of nowhere with her Mangekyo Sharingan, screaming at Sasuke and literally using her Susanoo arms with a literal sword. But she didn't even notice she was doing this, and Sasuke opens his eyes with his with his Mangekyo Sharingan and blasts Tsuki away. Right now, Sasuke is much stronger than Tsuki, even though he's weakened. However, Tsuki's been weakened even more because of the fight against Kimamaru, and Sasuke uses his own ribcage to blast away Tsuki. And of course, Sasuke says, "Tsuki, stay away. I will kill you, and I don't want to kill you. So please just stay away from me." And anyways, Tsuki then sees Sasuke leave, but she was too worried about Naruto, her loved one. Anyways, Tsuki then runs back as fast as possible, with her eyes bleeding, of course, as per normal. Anyways, Tsuki's eyes had blood around them. However, her Sharingan was her Sharingan was deactivated. She actually could understand what power she used. One of the strangest powers that she's ever used, but she will learn them. Anyways, now Naruto actually got taken to the infirmary. He was healing on his own thanks to Kurama, and Tsunade was seeing this, and she was like, "What is this? Is this the Naruto's influence? Is the Naruto really worried about his Jinchuriki?" She doesn't understand anything, but she uses all her abilities to, all the power she has at disposal to heal Naruto. Then Naruto was moved from the critical condition to a stabilized condition, and then Tsunade went to heal the rest. Of course, the only one that suffered the most damage was Choji, so there was only one left. The rest were pretty much in health, in not the best of conditions, but not as worse as Choji. Choji had to fight his opponent on his own. Anyway, now Naruto wakes up, and Tsuki runs in his room, hugging Naruto. Of course, Naruto felt a bit of pain, but that pain was in his heart because of what he did. He wasn't able to save his friend, and of course, Tsuki could see Naruto's blank expression. Then she just hugs Naruto one more time, telling Naruto that it's fine. It's fine, they'll bring back Sasuke together, which gives Naruto new motivation. And then Jiraiya comes and says, "Sorry to disturb you, but Naruto has something important to tell you." And then he explains about the Akatsuki, which Tsuki hears about this, and she wants to go with them in their training. But Naruto then says, "No, Tsuki, you need to train here. You can train with Tsunade, Bachan, and also you can train with Kakashi Sensei." And Tsuki does tell them about the power that she felt in her eyes. And then Kakashi was actually called in, and then Kakashi says, "Yes, I do know about that power. However, I'm not the best with it myself, but I can help Tsuki understand more about it, and maybe she can help me understand more about my own, or my friend's one. Anyways, I need to still understand a lot about the Mangekyo Sharingan, but we can find out more together." And of course, then Sakura actually walks in, apologizing for not being able to do anything to help them. And then Tsunade walks in too, telling them that, "Alright then, you two will become my students. Sakura, Tsuki, I will train you to become the best shinobi, the best medical shinobi ever. And you, Sakura, you will finally be able to understand what it means to be a ninja. You will be put in Team 7 within 2.5 years, the new Team 7. However," then Naruto says, "How about Sasuke?" And then Tsunade says, "Sasuke left the village. So right now, he is known as a rogue ninja." But then Naruto says, "I'll bring him back." And Tsuki then says, "True, but it's fine if Sakura's in our team, right?" And Naruto says, "It's fine. I don't really mind." Anyways, Naruto then within a week leaves for his 2-year training, 2.5-year training. And that's where I'm going to end off. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was the King of Weaves, and don't forget to get your good quality anime merch from Beautiful Halo. And I got a new sponsor, lamp.com. You can get some good quality lamps that light up, and Of course, you can get multiple types. You can get animal ones, you can get cartoon ones, you can get anime ones too, not only animals anyways, and cartoons. Also anything other like shapes or cool figures anyways. You can use my link in the description below, and if you read properly, there is a discount code, and I'll read the discount code to you. And also don't forget to use the discount code to get 5% off on your next $49 plus order on Beautiful Halo code MEME, MEME. And also don't forget to use it if you use $99 plus order on your next $99 plus order for 10% off code MEME. And on LAMT you can get 10% off on your any order with using my code LAMT with the capital L then dash the King of Weebs, just how it is on my YouTube channel. So capital everything except for the O and F. Don't forget to subscribe to Retreat, Miniman123, Hxmesh, and my second channel, the King of Noobs. And follow Shulker on Instagram, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and also join the Discord server, link in the description below. A lot of people are not in it. Let's try to get 1,000 members by the end of 2021, and let's hit 20k by the end of 2021 too. This was King of Weebs here, my darklings. You're dismissed, and peace.